Hello. I am so sorry, everybody. Welcome. It's okay. I'm so sorry, Shade. Hi, everybody. I'm not normally this late, but there's a lot going on right before we started. I really appreciate your patience. How's everybody doing? Okay. We do start, so I hope Deucits. How do you... Okay. Got so many new people. Sugarlicious R? My silly face? I think my normal face is silly. What does everybody like to be called? Oh. You just finished your stream. How did that go? Gotta write all you guys book. One of my chatters showed me your channel and I liked your work. Aw. Glad you like it. Swaggo R. Okay. Swagor. Swagor? Or do you want the R pronounced, like specifically? Swaggo R. We got... Is it Deucits? Ruminil. Or Ruminile? How you pronounce it? And then... Swagor. I just like people making art, during the process, and man, the hair you were making when I saw was great. Which hair? I don't know how I just muted myself. Oops. It's okay, Shade. I'm so sorry that it took so long. I thank you for coming. You were very patient. One of the viewers calls me Sausage. Ooh. Sausage isn't a bad name. Ah, the Bellatometer stream. Yeah, so I was working on this, right? I was working on Diego here, yeah? This piece? Thank you, Hope. So, oh, the hand cam? Yeah, I've got one more. Hold on. Got one more camera that isn't on. I just realized. We have Mocha Cam. This is Mocha. She's our puppy. Ah, it's good music. Alright, Shade. Get some rest, okay? Good night. And I like the music too. It's not a cat. Mocha is always called a cat. She's a dog. You're not escaping the boy allegations or the cat allegations, Mocha. Oh. People think she's a boy all the time. People on stream think she's a cat all the time. Yeah. But thanks, I even got a, I can swap to just the hands. And this is usually when I'm doing, work with markers. We actually did a piece, an ocean piece, one week. And, that was like set up for an art show we did here locally. So sometimes you'll see it in that view. We'll be working on a whole bunch of different stuff. Today, I wanted to finish up some of these designs for character pins. Because my wife owns yeah, I should get a cam stabilizer. I have plans to like hook up my camera to my wall, and I keep spacing out on doing that. Right now it's just attached to my desk, which is like, it's a little shaky because it's a drafting desk, so it like angles up. So it's a little shaky. I've got one, Deucets.
Beat them with the power of friendship.
Oh. Wow. Hi. Got a raid on Twitch too. Wee Wade. Is that Wee Wade? Wade by Wee. Oh, thank you, Wee. How are you guys doing? I've never had things this busy before. So, I designed this pin for my wife's game, Bell Automata. It's on Steam. We're working on the second part.
With the power of friendship.
I was recommended your channel by Deucets. Wee Wee's our mascot over there.
This is where we prove
thank
ourselves.
You. Oh my goodness. So, the original artist for this game could no longer work on the art. And then
with the power of friendship.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you for the follows. I'm not prepared for all of this for this many viewers. I don't know. We got rated on Twitch. I'm talking to my wife.
Your attitude.
So, long story short, maybe, and also,
we'll beat them with the power of friendship.
Yeah, underneath right here is actually a Xenoblade X bat. Xenoblade is one of the like big reasons I met my wife. It's our favorite game franchise, and my sister actually introduced us because of that sole reason.
We'll beat them with the power of friendship.
It's still buffering the follows. Yeah. So, my wife has this indie studio that she started on her own. She's worked on like 11 games. Did she tell me about it when I met her? No. Did she have any plans on telling me? Absolutely not. But she's been working on this game, Bell Automata, for a number of years. And one of the things that she does the writing, she does the programming, she makes the music for it. And the only thing that like she struggled with was art. She had to pay artists. She liked paying artists, but the main artist for this game, who did the amazing sprite work initially, and you can see it here, like these are some progressions as I was working on it. This is the sprite work for this character. I'm trying to read everybody. Yeah, she was doing everything with the game. Chi-Chi. And the artist she got was from, like, lived in Russia. So when the war broke out, we live in the United States. She couldn't pay her artist anymore. And then, like, to finish the first part, she hired a new artist who, like, got the job done, but she didn't have a lot of money, and the style of the art changed. Which was okay. It's what she could do, because she's only by herself. So when it came time to, like, do the second part, she needed an artist, but we also experienced a lot of, like, financial issues. Like, my wife got really sick before our wedding, which we got married almost a year ago. It'll be the 17th. Hi, Gahora. Yes, I am late today. I'm very late today. Normally, I start the stream much earlier. Today was just a strange day. But, what was I saying? Yes. She asked me, or if I would be willing to take over for the artwork of the game. And the first thing I actually did, that I didn't stream, yeah, there are a lot of people, were these. So each time you play a character, like you play the game, you have different routes you can go through. And the main character, here she is. Her name is Arev. Every time you do a different route, you get, like, she changes her hair. Like a different style, because she, like, chooses a different path in life. And if you ever need a free 3D model, I'll make one for you. You do that a lot? Huh. I'll think about that. Because I did use 3D models that I sloppily made for these hair pieces. Alright, Hope. That's okay. Thank you for stopping by. I hope to see you again. I hope to see Hope again. Yeah, this hairstyle actually is a Nigerian braid style that my wife actually had for our wedding. Not the exact one. This I wanted it to look like big, like long floppy bunny ears, like the ones that droop. And it's honestly, when I was like making it, it's a reference to another game she made called Heroin for Hire, where the main character has bunny ears. So it's like a subtle nod to one of her previous titles. So I spent a lot of time on this. And when moving on to these character scenes, I spent a lot of, like, I mostly was stressed. I wanted to make sure that, like, it looked close enough to the original style that people didn't get whiplash, because people got whiplash from the artist change. And I admittedly still don't draw like the original artist, but I hope it's close enough. In one of the streams, we were actually designing the back of the main character, because the artist only did like the forward-facing sprites and the key art for the game. And then we couldn't get anything more. So there wasn't anything to like look to for the design of the back. Yeah, it is hard. And I tried my best. Like I had a pile of references. I had the like sprite of the character here, and I also managed to like find other pieces from the artist that they had on Tumblr that I was like, I had scoured to find like, okay, a 3/4 like head like position for a male character, which is what we have here. How did this artist do it? And then this guy here, this was just an expression my wife said, like, try to copy this, and sent me this. I don't know what it's from. It's not the same artist that she hired, but your drawing of the character looks exactly as if the original artist drew it. Thank you, Gahora. And thank you, Dusitz. I'm new to this. Before meeting my wife, I never sold any art. I didn't really post it. I didn't have social media. I did it as a hobby. My wife's been really encouraging, and we even started selling my art for the first time. And we just set up an Etsy shop, and we're doing local events. It's all new. I'm a little nervous still. Like, I still struggle with those feelings of like, I'm still an amateur. Wait. Art by Chi Chi says, their teamwork is killing me. They are the power couple. My wife works right next to me. Yeah, Jasenia is my promoter. She's my biggest fan. So the second thing, this was the first thing I worked on. She had me work on this pin to match the character, the main character of the game. And each of the other pin designs are, because it's a romance game, it's a visual novel otome game. Each of the other characters you can pair up with in romance. So my idea for the pins was that, like, when you got another character, you could put them together and they would, like... What? Oh, it was your idea. Yes, it was your idea. It was her idea. That you could pair them up and then, like, buy the set that you wanted. So right now we're actually working on his pin. We actually got the line art done yesterday. He's... Yeah. Roman's winking?
Yeah.
Tomato Launch says they love visual novels.
Oh, thanks.
My wife loves them too. And this game is on Steam right now. The first part. There's 2 more parts. We're working on the second part right now. My body is ready vaporized because the radiance is solar. Oh my goodness.
Radiant. Really.
Yeah, it is on Steam. She actually has a couple of titles she released on her own. She has a couple on Steam, and the rest of them are on itch.io. And you can find the on my YouTube channel, and I think it's in my Twitch. I think I have it on there. There should be a link somewhere to the website for... Oh, it's not on my... It's not in the link tree, is it? Jellyfish Parade's not on my Twitch. I'll have to add that. Hold on. Do you get a single character, or is it a set of characters like all at once? Oh, for the pins.
Oh, it's like there will be a set where you could, but right now.
Yeah, right now it's just, we're just selling them as singles because we only have the Avrev pin made. So the rest of them we haven't ordered yet because I haven't designed them yet. Because there's 6 characters. No, well, 7 total, 6 that have to be designed.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is number 4. I am going to copy this, put it in Twitch chat. And I am very new to this. I've only been streaming for a month, if that. She does the story writing. Yes, she's a writer. I'm not a writer. She's the writer, lead writer, the main writer. She's also the only programmer, and she's the composer for the music in the game. Sometimes she gets help for programming, but right now she is the only programmer. I help with like making shortcuts in programming, but I have a lot to learn from my wife. Really? Tomato just bought it.
Oh wow, thank you.
Thank you so much.
You don't like
Made me
it.
choke on my water. Does she get 8 hours of sleep? Does she get rest? Yes, they did hear that. She does get rest. Kind of. 8 hours? Kind of.
I do.
But she also has a sleeping disorder, so like she doesn't get rest like normal.
My life is
She said, and I quote, "Her life is a struggle bus."
Oh,
I was looking for a visual novel to read next, so I went for it. I think you'll like it. I find her writing amazingly like. It doesn't feel. What's the word? It's not amateurish. The character writing is so clever, and each character is so unique. Deucet said that they feel the pain in that laughter. Yeah. In fact, one of these days, we have to get another microphone and a camera for my wife. But we're planning on doing a playthrough of Bell Automata because I started playing it. I bought it myself before we started dating while we were first talking. Because someone spilled the beans on, like, oh, she's a game developer. She didn't tell me. So I like asked her friends where to get her games, and I played a little bit of it, and then name dropped the character in conversation, and she was like, "Don't you dare! Do not."
so
Don't play.
weird.
She was so embarrassed.
It's a romance game, you know?
So I promised not to play it. And now she's like, you can play it. And I'm thinking, she gets embarrassed when, like, with PDA or anything romantic. Even when we're alone. If I'm really romantic, she gets flustered. But it's a romance game. So imagine a romance game you wrote before you met your now husband. PDA, Public Displays of Affection, Kohora. That's what that stands for. But imagine that, like, you write this romance game, and now you're gonna have to sit there in front of a camera. Yeah, let alone your husband, yeah. So, I only played like 5 minutes. If that. Because it got to a certain point, I wanted to make sure I wasn't like going too far to upset her. Chat, these two need to adopt me. Their love is curing my child of divorce trauma. I'm so for real right now.
The irony is that my parents were never like they did. Their parents.
I'd also be mega curious for my wife's cooking in that writing department. Of course, tastefully. Wholesomeness overload. I try. My wife's went fantastic. So, when we get more equipment, because I got this one microphone, it works okay. But, like, my wife's microphone that she brought was like a music one, and it is... You have to be like Frenching the microphone in order for it to pick you up.
It was
And that's like That's not gonna work. So when we get a new microphone and another camera, we're gonna do a let's play of the whole thing. And I want her to be on camera so that you get all the wonderful expressions and all like the hiding of her face. It's gonna be I think it's a fantastic idea. So right now I have this character. He's like a Hatsune Miku. All the characters in the game are well, not all of them. Most of the characters in Bell Automata are androids, they're robots. The main character is a robot. There's like 2 humans and 1 cyborg, and the rest are completely robots. Each of them have a different like backstory, and some of them weren't robots before. They were just like a program. He was like Hatsune Miku. He was virtual. And right before they were going to upgrade his program, he got sentient and he didn't want to be replaced. So he rebelled, and someone got a copy of him and put him in a robot body. So one of the things that he's a lazy guy, because he's so used to just popping in to places. When he wanted to go somewhere, boom, he just emailed himself, basically. But now he has to walk. Ew.
Yeah, that's pretty much him.
You mean I have to lift things? I have to move? No. But he's also very full of himself. Not well, okay.
He's used to a large
Here.
amount of attention.
I would say, rather than full of himself, he is used to a large amount of attention. That is more akin to his feelings. Also, he is used to showering affection on others and it having some sort of effect. And that is not his current reality. So he is very determined to somehow get back to his real world, but of what he considers like, being surrounded by fans and things like that. But in reality, that will not happen. So he's just having a bit of a struggle adjusting to the fact that he's going to be a normie now. But he's a good boy. Like, for example, he is very curious about the world around him, but from a virtual standpoint. So he likes to read and like watch videos. He likes to take in data and interpret it. So he knows a lot of facts that have no actual use in this life. But yeah, he's an interesting person. He's a good boy, though. He's just kind of a loser. He doesn't know it, but he is. When he first meets the main character, depending on what choices you choose, he might provide her with an autograph. And she's like, I guess he's generous. So you could say he's not the kind of person who like holds back on, giving autographs and doing fan service. He like loves that kind of stuff and eats it up. But he's just a fish out of water. He's not in an area where they're going to be like, yes, give us tickets, give us smooches. And Aurev is a person who doesn't know anything about celebrities. So she has no real, she has no idea how to react. She's just kind of like, okay. And I think in one of the routes, I think in Diego's route, actually, in another character's route, she becomes an artist, and that's like the one with the swirly hair, so something pretty and kind of whimsical. But when she becomes an artist, one of the things that she ends up doing is trying to figure out how to decorate her own space, because she's never had her own space before she kind of like folded up in a closet, was a worker android. So long story short, one of the gifts that Zafford offers to... He is not getting spoiled, unfortunately for him. But he...
No. Tomato.
Oh, no. This is not really a plot spoiler. Like, what I am telling you are events that happen, but not in his own route. Because the way I wrote it was, each route, the non-romanceable characters of this storyline are actually NPCs, but they're backup characters. So like you like can kind of become friends with them, but you learn about their personalities, not so much in a like plot spoiling way. So what I'm telling you is not spoiling the plot of Zafar's storyline, more like background that you would learn in any given story / in the very beginning of the story, because his route is not released yet. But just Zafar gifts Arev a picture of himself to decorate her walls with. That's the kind of person he is. He's thinking he's helping. He's like, oh, you would love this, but he just a little bit overvalues his position in the current lifestyle that he has. But he really is a good boy, and he is very kind. But yeah, you'll get a sense of his personality when you play the common route, because the common route is the same, so that we could just add on the other chronicles without a person having to really replay them. It's just kind of like what's available for the actual storylines. There's only two of the characters who are met in the intro who are romanceable, but you will meet all of the route in the common route of what's available. Yes, you should. And I wonder who will be your favorite when you do, because people seem to be very polarized about the love interests. So in this chronicle, it looks like it's kind of evenly split of who people are interested in, which is Zafar, this guy, and another character named Diego, who I am in programming purgatory as we speak. But yeah, I'm kind of curious to see who you will prefer. Here you go.
Yeah, right now we have the one mic, so I have to swing it around.
Yeah.
But yeah. Neat little teaser. I find the game really interesting. The characters are very fresh. Not programming purgatory. Yeah. It's a shame my wife didn't meet me sooner. Because I may not know how to program, but what I used to do, my job before, I was a drafter. I worked on blueprints on the computer all day, and it's super tedious. I used to play. I'm gonna leave now. I'll play the game later. Okay. Thank you for stopping by, Tomato. And please come back and let us know what you think. Yeah, and leave a review. But what I used to do was extremely tedious. Like, you're drawing the same thing over and over and over again. And I figured out ways to make shortcuts. Like, I bought this, cameras. Bought this mouse. This is an RTS mouse for, like, people use mouses like this for StarCraft and other real-time strategy games. And it comes with a, like, software to program all the buttons. And I use that for work. Like, so I didn't have to type anything, because using AutoCAD, lots of macros. I even set up a very complicated macro. It's somewhere in this old work journal where I had my computer. Is it in this journal or is it in another? It's probably. I set up a macro that was so long that it worked for me for 8 hours straight. Like, I had it was so complicated, but like, no, it's not. It's in one of my notebooks. But I'm so for, like, finding, like, ways to where I don't have to type the same thing over and over. So, already for, like, helping her program, I set up a macro to program the voice lines. Yeah, I love my mouse. If you're working with anything that's super tedious, get a mouse with as many buttons as you can, and program. Like, take an hour or two, even 4 hours to, like, set up macros. It'll save you months of time. And it did. Like, she had a lot of voice, because it's fully voice acted, Bell Automata. And that's a lot. That's thousands of voice lines. Thousands of them. And she was like, I hate this, because you can't just, like, copy paste. You have to like select the name of the file and you have to listen to it. And then you have to like, okay, that's the one I want. So you grab the name and then you put it in. And that's just like really tedious to like scroll through endless lists of files to find the right one. And I thought, I can macro that. And I did. I put all the names of the voice files for each route and each character in their own separate spreadsheet, so that when you did an alt tab to go from one program to another on your keyboard, you could just select a cell and hit copy and then go back to your programming language and paste it. You can also cross out the name of the file so you keep track. And I programmed that all into one button. So it put it down, like went down the list as you copied it and kept track and pasted it in, and she didn't even need to like think about it. All she had to do was press a button, and we just listened to the voice lines and picked the right ones, because there was other takes and some of them were like better for the situation or worse. And that's the kind of stuff I bring to the table. I don't know hardly anything about like programming in Python, which is what she's programming in. Yeah. But my brain likes to find shortcuts. And I did that a lot for my old job. So right now she's actually using another macro setup I made. Yeah, it is important. I'm having her use Stream Deck on mobile, where like, who edited the trailer? Which trailer? Hmm. Yeah, I don't know what trailer. Someone said that it has a few pop-out animations that are not good in the trailer.
Are they?
Suga is a video editor. He's Is it? Are you looking at? It's on Steam. It's the Steam trailer. Oh, my wife did not make that one.
But
There's another trailer.
But honestly, like, video is not my fault. Editing. So I made my.
They can't hear you.
Oh, sorry.
Here. I'm gonna hand the mic to her.
I don't know.
And she said she needed a second. She basically said that trailer she paid someone to edit and she didn't like it, so she made her own.
And also,
But she's also not a video editor, so she says it might not be good either. He works on these things. You need a reference. Okay. You're gonna send it to me? You could also just paste it in the YouTube chat, because they're in YouTube. And you are moderator, so you have permissions. You can post link. You should be able to. But what was I saying? Oh, right now she's programming character expressions as she's going through the story for one of the characters' routes. And to make that easier, I set up, I mean, if you have Adobe After Effects file, I can fix animations on it. She said she absolutely does not have that. She's getting the other trailer for you to take a look at. For each expression, like, she has like a code group that includes like the blinking animations for them. And I thought it would be a good idea to have on her like a visual representation of each expression. So as you're going through and you're reading the like scene, in the code, you can be like, okay, well, this expression like says it's the smile one, but I actually like this other one because you're actually seeing it. So I set up on her tablet and her phone Stream Deck Mobile, which allows you to put on like an icon for like a macro, and the macro is just for the expressions, but the icon is the actual expression, and having it on her mobile device allows it to like be bigger, especially on like her tablet. So her tablet, she's like scrolling through and she's able to see the expressions of each character, and that way she doesn't have to memorize which one is and then like trial and error. She can just see what it looks like right away. That's the only other thing I've managed to make a shortcut for. But she then told me I need to focus on making the art because there's a lot of art to do. And so I yielded on that front. Thanks. Thanks, Deucits. You don't think you have what? Oh, you didn't update the itch? Oh. So right now, because these are pins, that's mood. I often do other tasks rather than my illustrations. Yeah. I like to problem solve. Like, I like making art, but I like problem solving a lot. C'est la vie. What does c'est la vie mean? That's life. My wife speaks French.
Why are you talking about me so
Why am I talking about you? Because you're amazing, that's why.
Oh my god. You can Google what the c'est la vie means.
I could, but I could ask the person who's fluent in French.
God.
If someone spoke Thai, I would ask you because you're also... She doesn't like it when I brag about her. But you're amazing. People should know.
Seriously, Raven, come
Aw.
on. You're laying it on real thick.
Art by Chi Chi says, parents stop fighting, not like this.
No fighting from us. I'm just embarrassed, sorry.
She says she's just embarrassed. She's not fighting. Okay, so for these pins, looking up, like, for making the first pin, I knew that, like, you need to use the Pantone color chart. And I don't know if there's an easier way to do this, because I've never done this stuff before. But I got the whole Pantone color chart, like, on an HTML file that I downloaded. And so I don't have to, like, worry if it's going to match the colors when I'm designing this. I just use the Pantone colors straight out. So I have, like, screenshots of them. And then I, like, select the color through the screenshot. And that's how I, like, find it. But then, like, I can only, on the program I'm using, I can only store so many screenshots in that palette. So I have to go and I'll pull it up on my browser and then find something that kind of fits. I don't know if there's a better way. But if there is, great. If not, this has been working kind of. So right now I need a blue. And I think I was like not getting enough blues. So maybe here. And then, so this is like all of them. All the color codes. And is this a little extra? Probably. This is probably way too much, like, extra stuff, but I once did, like, t-shirt design and a record of all the exact colors. Yeah. I once tried to, like, make t-shirts for myself of things I wanted to see, and the colors matching was always kind of a problem because I didn't do this. So for something more official that other people will be buying, I'm not playing around. I'm not gonna leave it to guesswork. I don't care if it's extra. My wife deserves the best. Depends on what you need it for. Sometimes you need the exact Pantone. Yeah. Where'd they all go? So let's see. More of a cyan. Each character is also like has their own unique color. It's also really important. That's close. Oh my god. That's like me when I wanted more Portal 2 music. I hired someone to make more music like it, and they did a horrible job, so I was like Thanos and said, fine, I'll do it myself.
That is honestly a lot. A lot.
So you juggled all the instruments. Does deserve the best. You can consider it as payback for not. You made 23 songs that day. Wow. 23. That's impressive. Hats off to you. Ooh, that's pretty cool. That's an acceptable like closeness. That's not cool. Okay, that one is. I think that one's. Nope, wait a minute. That one doesn't match that. I mean, I like one a little bit. This takes up the most time for this. Oh, okay. I think I'm gonna just go with that one. That feels. Oh, but not telling you she was a super spy. My bad. You. I guess. But I also I'm always crazy like that. I edited 15 hours of content down to 7 recently in just a week.
That's
wow.
That's all.
Yeah. Wife said that's all you. She doesn't have that skill. What did I draw on him actually draw? Oops. Is
No.
Mocha, are you whining? Come on, Mocha. You silly girl. Okay. 15 hours. Is it 7 hours or 7 minutes? I also learned After Effects and Premiere Pro in a week. Wow.
See, I can not fast.
My wife said she can learn that stuff, but not fast. She said, maybe give me 3 years. I don't know. For me, I either learn things super quickly or I get stuck in like tutorial purgatory and then just give up. There's no in between. There's probably a faster way of doing this, but I know there isn't. Want to feel the pen move. and Blender 3D in 2 weeks, but sadly I'm still learning. I had tried to learn Blender for the purposes of like doing the hair for the new route for the main character, but it has so much cool free content. Yeah, I failed at learning Blender. What I wanted to do was take like average, like just a close enough like generic female model, like that kind of matched that look of the main character, so like anime-esque model of a female, and put hair braids on and droop them so that like I could like layer it and like see it from different angles. That would help me with like all the scenes where she's going to be in different poses. Could not figure out how to even get like the braid to do what I want. The closest thing I got is I found like this model of a braid, and I wanted to just wrap it like the hairstyle. I asked Reddit for help. That was not helpful at all. And the closest I could get was this. So I made a whole bunch of like references, and what I would do is like, this is my first attempt. I have this like model viewer, is I've got this braid that I then curled in, but I hated how it deformed the middle. And I tweaked with it for weeks, trying to get it to do what I wanted, but it kept like shrinking it and morphing it. I wanted it to stay like a real rope or braid that doesn't shrink and squish. And I couldn't get like bendy bones to attach to it. It was frustrating. So I just was like, you know what? You can use the puppet sculpt tool or just rig it with bones. Yeah. I wish I could like successfully do that. What I ended up doing was just morphing it and saying, you know what? This middle part, I'm not going to pay attention to it and just like fake it. And what I would do is I angled each of these in a way that matched my my plan, because I actually, for the hair, I made a side profile which didn't exist of the character, and I made a layer for each piece of hair. Like you can see, this is a screenshot. So I did the braids, so I like parted the hair as it would naturally be from the side, and then like layered each layer of hair, and then took that 3D model, and with my Samsung tablet here, I just took this program, put it in a pop-up view, and had this go like semi-transparent, then pulled my drawing program up, and with like the forward-facing model, then like angled this just so it matched where it was supposed to be, and then took a screenshot of it not transparent, and then put it in as a reference. I didn't trace it, I just used it as a reference, so that I could see like, okay, so the braids would look like that. Or I even have like one where it was like twisting. I wish I had a better way of doing it. Like, this took forever, but like I haven't studied braids twisting like this and how to draw that. I can't do it from my head either. And looking up online for references was painful. Because when people take selfies of their hair, they're not doing it to help artists draw it. So they're all crunchy and there's no definition. You just see darkness where the like braids would be going into each other. So that's the best I did. And I left it at that because it was taking me way too long to try and figure out how to make Blender work. So I would love to be able to like understand Blender better, and then I wouldn't have to stress about finding references for poses I've never seen before. I could just make my own references. But one day I will have the patience to do that. Okay, I'm also limited to 4 colors with these pins. That's a really like pick my colors carefully. Need a cream one. Or like a cream-ish for the hair. What's everybody else been up to? Or what are you all doing? How's your guys' week been? I'm just gonna keep rambling about silly things. Can you believe I couldn't get work for a year? Couldn't get work for a year. Know how to do Blender, 3D music editing, logo creation, ads, banners, 2D illustration, 3D animation. The industry's crazy, man. Now you know how to do it. Okay. Oh, you're preparing dinner. Just sitting to eat, and then I'm heading back to work on a commission. Nice. I've only done 1 commission. I'm slowly warming up to it. Had some rough patches in my past I've talked about before, but long story short, had ADHD my whole life, didn't know it. Not until I, like 3 years ago. One experience when I was a kid, old man who's a really close friend of our family, really close friend to me, who's like a grandpa to me, wanted me to paint him a picture of a horse. I agreed. I got halfway through, procrastination and just things got away from me. Old man died before I finished. Felt guilty, never took a commission ever again. Didn't think I could be trusted with getting things done on time. Never sold my art, never really did anything with it. But got diagnosed out of the blue when I went to the doctor for something I thought was an aneurysm. Nope, I just stopped drinking soda and my brain went cuckoo. Then get medicated, find a way to move forward. Wife encourages me to make art, start going to art shows, not taking commissions, but just doing whatever I want. And then downstairs neighbor wants me to do something for them, but doesn't give me a specific, still kind of a commission, but not a very specific thing. They wanted ocean life drawn. And oh, welcome back, Hope. And I finished it within a week. And that's the first time I've finished any request that fast. So maybe in the near future I'll do commission work too, but it's been slow goings for that. Pressure can get to us. It's understandable. You're doing well, taking it slow and knowing your limitations. Yeah. Thank you. My previous limitations I thought was like just no, but I am doing okay. And I'm trying to find a close cream match. It is like a gray, but it's like, it's also like, this one we might want to do like a transition from the blue to whatever.
No.
Oh, you said forget about that? Okay. Here I was thinking like, I need to really pick this right. Took me the most to find, but I recommend this site for matching Pantone colors. I used whatever colors I wanted to pin for designs, took the hex codes and put them onto the site, and will give you the closest matching Pantone color to the color you. Oh, site is blocked, but icolorpalette.com. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna like go to this. So Oh, the face cam's cutting me in half? Where? Oh! Because I moved it out of the way. Thank you. I got distracted. And I had moved it to show layers, and then... I'm still very new at this. I'm very new at this. So hypothetically, you're looking for hex code or the hex color. Does this tell me the hex color in this? Like if I were to like... Oh, it does. It does tell me the hex color. Okay. E7, E7, E7 is the hex color I'm looking for. Or is it? Because there's also the... They use a lot of... The original artists use a lot of gradient shading. Which I love, but also... Okay, that's E8. 7 or E8? I'll go with the E7. Thank you, Chi-Chi. Art by Chi-Chi. Do you like Chi-Chi, or do you like the full art by Chi-Chi? Or do you like something else? Yeah, E7, E7, E7. What was that website again? Hold on. Or I like totally... I'll search that and I'll give you the Pantone equivalent, our closest. Ah! That will save me so much time. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Like... $11,4800 TPG. Okay. My Pantone chart even have that? All I have is PMS codes. She's meant to be named Chi-Chi, but can't change the first name she chose. Oh. I have a pin project on the back burner and went through the same struggle. Okay. That said, I haven't gotten my pins created yet, so I hope I'm not wrong. And just Chi-Chi is fine. Okay. I try to keep track of people's names and what they prefer to be called. And writing it in this book. I was using a sticky note. There are a few people with really long names that are regulars that I like to have what they prefer. But thank you so much. Okay. Okay. What was that again? Oh. Oh, you told me. I was just scrolling through, so you didn't have to tell me again. I'm so sorry. Oh, no. No, 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 no. I am... Why am I not awake right now? My brain is... Okay, now I'm running for real. Have an amazing rest of your stream. Thank you so much. Imagine a shadow comes in named Supercalifragilistic. Yeah, that would be rough, Deucits. Would be rough. I couldn't even say it. I'll just call them Supercal. Oh, this. Yes, they still are. I can't be. I'll just look it up. Eye color palette. Okay. I don't know how Mary Poppins did it. I could do it as like when I was a kid I could say it. But not anymore. Okay. Okay. So where was this thing? One with the white background opening is the one I... Oh, okay. That's you talking. That saved me so much time. No! Okay. One of these days I'm not gonna have a Samsung tablet for all this. Do you happen to have a mood board I could use? You want to make... Now I want to make fan art. A mood board.
No.
No, we don't have a mood board.
Sorry.
A mood board would be fun. Yeah, I agree. Hmm. Can you repeat that? I was like listening, but also thinking. Fairy tale stuff, solar punk, and like for visuals. Gears. It's like no mood board yet, but that's the feel visually. Also, the video is good, but it needs the pop that the other trailers have. That's what he said.
Light one.
You know, that Bant scene. One with the white background opening is the one. The video is good, but it needs pop. It does have. What's Bancy in it? Fancy? Like fancy? Fanciness? But I will say it's much better at demonstrating the gameplay and is straight to the point.
Thanks.
She says thank you.
That is
But
not how I
she
say
said it like, thanks.
it.
Bouncy. Huh? Bouncy? Bouncy. Okay. It's bouncy with some sauce. Okay. Wow, that helps so much. I don't want to endlessly scroll and like struggle. Ooh. Sorry, English is not my main language, even if I speak it perfectly smooth. I thought you were just like it did not come across as you weren't speaking it fluently. You were just like speaking it with some like style. And I just felt very, very old not understanding. Which you could totally just run with, and I will forget that you said that it's not your main language, and you can just call me old, and we can just leave it at that. That works for me. I don't get what the young kids' hip language is these days. Chi-Chi is also an artist like us that streams. I'm happy that reference helped you. It helped me so much. Oh my gosh. Like, I have 2 other pins after this one. And some of like I settled on his skin color for what I had. I settled on it and it didn't make me feel good. Now I don't have to settle. I don't have to settle. I feel happy about that. So happy about it. DO9. You know, honestly, and I mentioned this like in previous streams. The streams I you know, right, that them kids with them TikToks and them Facegrams. Back in my day, we used to just look at rocks, smack them together, and thank the Lord that we had entertainment.
Gosh.
Don't worry, I understand. You're not very Skibbity and Sigma with Livadon. Oh no, it's spreading. Woo! I was very humbled the other day. We're in a Target. I was in a Target and I saw a Skibbity toilet blind box set that was $50, and it was just a big toilet box with what I don't know what was inside it. I thought, oh gosh. Hi Nat Snap, you're a bit late. I'm a bit late. I started way late. Some things happened. I got rated. We have a lot of new viewers, and an artist named Chi-Chi, who was here just a moment ago, gave me an excellent reference for these Pantone colors, so I don't have to like endlessly scroll. Yes, I was late. I was super late. Yeah, I was really late. I felt bad, but I'm here. We're good. And actually, we're better than good. A double. Yeah, there was 2 raids. Thank you so much, Deucits. That like really caught me off guard. In a good way. Makes me so happy. Like, not having to stress. Get over that. Aw, yeah. I posted something on the YouTube, but I didn't do it on the Twitch. That was my bad. I should have also posted on Twitch. Let people know that I was just running late. But I will remember that next. Usually I'm very consistent on the clock. Literally 9 to 5. Does wifey speak any other languages? Funny you should say that. Between you and me, she speaks 3 languages fluently. She can speak Japanese at a level that is good enough to exist and live there. It's not exaggerating. She lived there for 3 months. And we went there on our honeymoon and we were there for 5 weeks and we got by. We exceedingly got by. And, yeah, we did hit the goal. The other languages, she's fluent in French. She's fluent in English. And she's fluent in Thai. She can understand Spanish. She can't really speak it, but you can speak it to her and she can understand it. Don't tell her I told you. It's not like she can hear me right next to her whispering into this microphone. One of the chatters recommended this to me, and I quote, "Deucits, I found another small digital artist YouTuber who lives like you. He's drawing for his wife's game. You also? Secretly glazing the wife as she deserves."
Oh my gosh. Not secretly.
My wife can't speak Spanish. She could just, if you speak it to her, she can understand some of it. Someone speaking... They're speaking Spanish. I can't read this, but she can. And it's a shame I can't. My grandpa can. My grandpa is fluent in Spanish, but because he doesn't like his mom, he never taught my dad. Grandpa's not watching this. I'm not making that man money, so he ain't interested.
Yes, we can.
That's right. I'll just have to buy it. Yes. She just read what you said. Telepathically speaking it to her. That isn't close. That's great. Okay, so we have 3 colors. We are only allowed 1 more. Because colors are expensive. Right? What do I do with this open mouth here? Do I just make it black?
There. Oh.
Well, I'm not using his teeth. I have his tongue instead. No teeth. Should I swap it? Should I have it be black and then the tongue is the thing that's like... How would that look? Okay. I wrote... Hear this. She can understand this. Yeah, she actually read it to me. She understood it. He responds, "Holy crud, this ain't good for us, dude." Digital colors are not expensive. Adding another color to a pin that you are making is expensive. Right now, we have we're budgeted to 4 colors max. This one has 4. The hair color and her light lines on her face are the same. but we can't like go beyond that. And right now we're sitting at 3. We're sitting at the blue for his lines, and also I should be doing this. Maybe put the base hair color and see what combines. No, like we're limited to one additional color. Black and blue tongue. No. It would be cool to have like an android with it like a different. All of them sprites are already done.
Yeah, they are.
We'd have to design a new character and add another character, which there are no plans to do. Hair is white, yes. What kind of grayish white? Hi, Ali. Or Ali. How are you? I think I'm gonna just take this. We're gonna try this. We're gonna try doing this. And then having a different color for the... Oops. Also, who was it that recognized this as Xenoblade music? Whoever you were, you're one of my favorite people now. I think it was... Wait, I don't want to get it wrong. You can just Photoshop it with a gradient overlay. Testing my sleep habits. Oh, trying to sleep earlier. That's healthy. I'm struggling to sleep early. Dark pastel terracotta? I'm just gonna do the same thing I did for the other colors, which is... Here's his tongue. Identify. Is that the hex code? Great. I'll pump it into that website. This is for people who have played this game and are waiting for the next part. These are things that they would want. I want to make it look as close as possible. Would this work though? Having like... Just for like... For fun, I'm just gonna put this here and we'll get the actual Pantone color in a minute. What do you think? Work? Okay, that works. We'll get the actual color then. Tend to sleep at 2 a.m. I think. No, this is Xenoblade music. I really remember the names, but I know the song. Don't remember the names. It's okay. I am in a not uber nerd when it comes to Xenoblade. What would be my level on like... I recognize each song. Well, maybe I am uber nerd. I have every art book for all the games, including the Japanese special ones, which have more art in them. I have Monolith Soft's previous games, Xenogears, which was when they were part of Square Enix, when Square Enix was Squaresoft. Then they split, and then they made Xenosaga 1, 2, 3. I have those games as well. I have quite a big Xenoblade collection. It's not like it's my favorite game or anything. No, it's... Anywho. Oh. Okay. Thanks to Chi-Chi, this pin is pretty much done now. Now what? Now what am I gonna do? I guess I could start the other one. Work on the what? I could. But we need to figure out what pose Arev is gonna be in. I want to finish one. Like, not have one, like, half done. I mean, just, like... The Pantone was pretty close to the hex code. Alright. And voila. He's done! That was so painless. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Chi-Chi. Honestly, I can understand. I recently finished playing Final Fantasy VII Remake and can't stop making funny fanfics of Sephiroth saying Cloud in deep seductive voice and Cloud just staring back with deep hatred. Or rather Rebirth. I haven't played Rebirth yet. I played the remake, but I didn't play the original. And I'm playing the original because the remake changed the story. Or at least it said it was going to. And I wanted to play Final Fantasy VII for a while. And I went in thinking, like, I'll hold off because they advertised that they announced they were doing the remake for years before it actually came out. So I waited on the hopes that and expectations that Square Enix put forward that you need to experience the classic story in this new way, and then I'm not finished, so no spoilers. If you can get around not spoil, I'll forget this too. But when I was playing through the remake, I started to notice things. I'm like, wait a minute. Are these ghost-like guys representing all the fans that want the original game? Oh, what's this? Is that a line issue? Excuse me. That's way too big. But I thought, are these Phantom guys? This feels like a meta commentary on how so many people wanted the developers to remake Final Fantasy VII and they didn't want to do it, but then finally they were pressured enough to do it, and so they're doing it, and there's so many people saying that they want it done exactly the same. Oh, right. Sorry about that. For everybody who's new, because my wife works in customer service, she'll get phone calls and has to handle like very sensitive information. And even though my mic is kind of set to not pick her up, I do still mute just in case we don't have her work getting mad. Opinion on Zach. I don't know, because when I played Remake, I didn't know anything about the original story. And I think that was like the weird, like the thing that was really unique to me, is that I didn't play. I didn't know anything. And when
like your attitude.
Oh, thank you, Cheerio? I wanted to say Cheerio, but there was an extra R in there. Thank you for following. What was I saying? When I got into JRPGs, I was playing, like I played Paper Mario and other RPGs. Like I played the Mega Man X Command Mission RPG, which that game's a little rough, but that was like what I had growing up. And then like my first like very like official JRPG was Final Fantasy 13, which so many people have opinions on, but no worries. What do you like to be called? I mean, I could try and pronounce that, but the R's are gonna make me like trip every time. I'll write it down. But I also said not to mind you. I'll do my best to do that. Cherry. Okay. I have like a list of everybody's names and their preferred name. Okay. Thank you. Very like the fruit. Cherry Rero. Cherry Rero. Okay. I feel like wife would like Rune Factory. Funny you should say that. My wife loves Rune Factory. Absolutely. I need to play that. I haven't played that. So I played Final Fantasy 13 and 13-2 and hated life playing 13-3. And right around the time I was playing 13 is when they first announced Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I was like, awesome, okay. Rune Factory is so fun though. Rune Factory. I'll have to try it. I remember like seeing like Final Fantasy VII go on sale, and I was like, I really want to play this. Everybody says 13 sucks, but 7's the best. I was like, okay. I didn't know any different, but I will play 7. And then I saw like the remake, and I thought, okay, I could play an old game. And I was younger at the time, so I was like, but they said the new one's coming out soon, so I'll just wait for the remake. And then I waited. And waited. And then it was years. And then it came out while we were all under lockdown, and I was like, oh, I forgot that they were making that. And so I got it. And I felt like the Arbiters of Fate was like calling out. I felt called out, but I'm not those people. I didn't want it well, I guess I did want it exactly the same. Why you gotta call me out like that? Why do you make me kill myself? The representation of a fan who wanted to play it exactly the same, have the events go exactly the same as the. Yeah, I know. I could have just played the original, but the game company told me to wait, told me to experience the original that way. Not go to the original. The advertising said experience this game the way it was intended. I was like, why did you advertise to me like that? Why did you make that like a big push? Tell me to play the original if you're gonna change things up, but then you would have revealed your secret. Whatever. I don't know. I'm over it. Kind of. Not really. I'm playing the original anyway now. I have it on my Switch so I can play it on the go. I just felt so like, I was like, why is Sephiroth here? Why does he have like one wing? Why does every character know that Sephiroth is bad? They haven't really explained it. Why? Okay. Okay. And then Zack living at the end. I vaguely knew he was supposed to die. So like, okay. I'm so alone in this because I've never met anybody else who's had this experience. Either people everybody's played the original, or at least knows the story of the original. I think that's it. I just haven't met anybody with the same experience. Oh, you watch lore videos. And I thought I was like saving myself from being spoiled. LOL. Joke's on me. Nah, it's fine though. Mainly because I watch lore videos on Kingdom Hearts. Oh, yeah. I had a friend who warned me about Kingdom Hearts. Thankfully, though, like, I've played other JRPGs since. And Xenoblade is now, like, my favorite series. It's so good. Final Fantasy VII people appear in Kingdom... Yeah, I know that. I know that they do. I also know that game's lore is, like, all over the place. And so confusing. In fact, when people say, oh, you think your game's confusing? You should play Kingdom Hearts. It's like always like a one-up in discussions. Now I can't get Dearly Beloved out of my head. And yes, lore is just, yeah. 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 But sometimes, like... Oh. You want me to, like, no cameras? Okay. Hold on. 1 second. I'm gonna go just, like, no cam for a hot minute. Okay, you're good. There's lore. There is lore there, yeah? That's okay. If Mocha wants to go with you. They should have gone with the Final Fantasy route and just make different timelines. Yeah? Okay, fine. My wife wants me to advertise my stickers instead of talking about the game. The game's so cool. I like her game. I like the characters in her game. I find it really, really cool. Okay, so for pin. Okay, we're good. And I can go back on camera. Boop. Oh, that didn't... I need to put fades in those. I guess they don't actually... Never mind. Nerd Taco Burr. Yes. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Did you ever play Final Fantasy 13? and you're the only one left chatting. You know what though? That's fine. Like, one of the things I told myself, like, when I started streaming, the stream was not so that, like, I could have, yeah, 13 was fun. It was fun, even though, like, people say, and they're kind of right, that it is just, like, so linear. It's like you're walking down a hallway the whole time. That's fair, but I counter with, it was fun. The characters were great. Saz was great. It's odd seeing both YouTube and Twitch comments. Yeah. Well, I streamed on both. I just figured, why not? Some people like YouTube, some people like Twitch. I figured out a way to combine them. I had like an old system where both chats had 2 boxes. But that also made it look like when there was nobody on Twitch, it looked kind of sad. So I combined them. And hi, Kahora. Kahora's usually like the one that's been here chatting the longest. Yeah, I'm just saying, it's very rare to see. Yeah. But like I was just saying, the stream wasn't to like get popular, really. I wanted to stream so that I had motivation to sit down and do the art that I needed to do. I had so much to do. And so like I like tried to sit down and set a schedule, but having people expecting you to go live does give me like a little bit of a kick in the pants to sit down and actually draw each day. And that has helped, because even when there's no one here or just one person here, it's better than what it was at first, which was just like nobody. And even then, I'm still getting my work done. It's okay, Gohara. You're not feeling well. Take care of you first. That's important. Similar to how Resident Evil 5 was oddly very America and gritty gun action. Yeah, Deucits. That's I have some viewers have popped in who like they're trying to make their own way forward, and they've been getting discouraged. And I just told them to do what you want to do. Do what makes you happy, and if you're enthusiastic about the content you make, people will come. If you focus on getting viewers themselves, you're gonna get really frustrated. And also, what are people watching for? Like, you need to have something for people to latch onto. And for me, I thought I go into other streams or voice chats to have motivation while I draw. And that's it. I'm here to have motivation to draw. So I think there's like it kind of feeds itself a little bit. Just yeah. And I could like be very like anxious about who's here and who's not, and whether people are chatting or not. But because like I lost my job 6 months ago and have had zero success finding work, even though I put in hundreds of applications all over the place. But to me, what's important is that I'm able to do this so that my wife's game doesn't go forgotten. Because the last thing I want is my wife gets married to me and all the things she worked on by herself that she was successful with goes to the wayside because I'm just a distraction. I will not stand for that. I want to support my wife. So whatever it takes. RE5 was missing the horror aspect completely, and that's why people hate it a lot. And it was very linear with no backtracking, but it was fun. Yeah, many people don't start because of that. Another thing is like many people put up mental barriers. How do you feel, Deucits, about the word talent? Because I have opinions on that word and how people use it. The word talent. Yeah. You ever have someone come up to me, up to you and be like, "Oh, you have such a great, like, you are so talented. I could never. I don't have that talent, but you are so talented." And I look over them and like, I feel like you are unwittingly discrediting the years and years of practice. I didn't start like this. Talent, I feel like it's misconstrued as something you were born with, and or you just have it magically. Yes, and you want to know it's not like people mean it like that. They mean it like that, and it's not what it should be meant as. So I always correct people. I don't have talent. I have skill because I practiced it. It's just practice. It's always just practice. Like, there's so many things that go into it. I think people like don't realize drawing is a physical skill. Like if you're playing guitar, when you first go down to sit to learn to play guitar, do you like if you have ever done it, your fingertips will bleed if you do it like for a little bit. Each person has their own talents. It's something you learn. You have to put effort to get talent. Can't word for my life. Yes? You're gonna what? Okay. I wanted to see if I could fix them, but okay. Do what you want. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Fine. Yeah, it's something you learn. But people don't treat it like that. They treat the word like they gatekeep themselves. Why do people gatekeep themselves? I don't get angry at it. I feel more pity for them. The more worked up. I get more worked up because it feels like, no, don't give up. Exactly. I'm not angry. I'm just like bewildered. And I try to encourage people and reframe it. They gate. What? No. Yeah. It's like they want to put up a magical barrier so that like, but it's like so weird because they say, "Oh, I wish," but then they like lock themselves out of it. To make art, it takes time, hard work, research, actually knowing how to learn that and use it, and understanding you are not the best, but to see others as the best. That others see you as the best. Yeah, kind of. Some people just feel offended when they are told they have talent. I still feel it can be an excuse, right? It could be an excuse, yeah. For me, I taught myself everything. I didn't go to an art school. I have a family friend who went to art school. And you want to know something like I realized, like as I've been teaching myself over the years, is that like there was a time where I felt like an artist should just be able to draw things from their own mind. Because you see like people, like professionals do that. But then I realized, wait a minute, those professionals got training at a school where they drew the same thing over and over and over again, and they practiced over and over and over again. So I need to treat myself like I am studying something. So if I've not drawn something before, I better get me a reference so that I can learn how to draw it. And I will do it again and again until it becomes more like polished. Fear or wishing to get a handout that just make them great. Yeah. It's all based on motivation. Art school make you read and practice. Something we can do for free. Exactly. But like, it's also, I think people also think it's just a mental thing. Like if they can't get it right, it's all in their head and they can't fix their head, and it's not all in their head. There is a mechanical aspect to drawing and using your hand, using your hand this way. Case in point, write with your dominant hand, then write with your non-dominant hand. You notice your non-dominant hand, like if I were to, I don't have the level of control with this hand. The muscles aren't developed. But I do in my dominant hand. And as you practice, like if you do a doodle a day, you slowly build up those muscles in your fingers, in your wrists. You get more control mechanically. Just like when you play guitar. When you're learning to play guitar, you're pressing your fingers on the strings. Most guitars have metal strings. Those strings are going to cut into your fingers. Your fingertips are soft. And over time, your fingertips develop calluses. You get strength in your fingers, in the positions you constantly put them in. Your body has to build up to get used to that motion. That's the same thing with art. Of course you're not gonna pick up a pencil and be great. You might not even be great after a week. But you gotta stick to it. This is why I feel like I have to make a pep talk tutorial before I move on to any drawing at all. And even then I feel like I need to go over hand coordination. Exactly what you're saying on motion. How you hold the pencil and the materials. Holding, okay, but I've also known people who hold their pens like this. And they draw maybe like this. And they're just drawing. And how they hold the pencil is not that important. It's whatever they feel comfortable with and whatever gets them the results they're looking for. You get so many people worked up on how they're supposed to hold it. My thing is you don't necessarily need to do a whole series. This is what I think. You don't need to do a whole series to explain the motivation. What people need to do is be encouraged to do little things. That's how painters hold. That's how I saw somebody who just drew with pencil and a paper. That's how I saw him draw. And before that, he carved rubber prints. Some starters really pushes the pencil tips onto the surface mostly. Yeah, but maybe they don't have the muscle control to hold back. When you're lifting weights, it's not so much the lift that you get more workout in your muscles, it's the resistance. And when people let their weight go down and they don't have a lot of resistance, they're not getting the most out of their workout. And same kind of similar concept is that pen pressure will come gradually as they get more comfortable. Really what people need to do is just commit to doing a drawing a day. Even if it's a doodle. Do a doodle a day. I encourage my wife to do that. Just doodle a day. And I've seen her improve. Even just in the short time I've known her. It's nothing fancy, nothing big. Just a doodle a day. And she loves to draw, but she doesn't consider herself an artist. I think her art's fantastic.
I loved to.
She loved to draw.
Past tense.
Past tense. She had a bad teacher that didn't know how to build up while they were critiquing. So it kind of crushed her. There was a time where I had no ideas, and I did do that. lame doodles. Eventually, those doodles became good assets I got to polish later. Yeah, those are bad. Those are bad teachers. That's someone phoning it in who's not really enjoying their job. I've had this drawing open and I'm not I don't know what to do with it. The main character is walking in on him, but I don't know if she should be surprised or whatever. I should move on to doing another character pin. Let's get the pins all done. Because I need to think about that one first. I need to read the scene. At least now she has people like you to encourage her in the right direction. Yeah. I think people's first steps is just that they should just be encouraged to do something. With anything. Making art takes so much patience, and caring for it is like moving an egg. Mm-hmm. But how do I explain what is in my head right now? In my head right now, I'm thinking about how people actually I know. New from image. I'm gonna do. You know how old people, when they first get a smart device, they have no idea what they're doing and they're scared to touch anything? Like a grandparent getting a smartphone for the first time. They freak out if something goes wrong, thinking that it's gonna explode, and they're afraid to try things. But a kid can pick up a phone and learn it really quickly because they're not afraid to try things. They're not afraid to do the thing. And trial and error, or just doing it is not... you'll eventually move forward. But you gotta not be afraid of it. If it goes wrong, oh well, it's not gonna blow up, or you're not gonna lose all your money in your bank account. And that growing tough skin is important to boost productivity, but also people are different. Yes. That's a good analogy. Yeah. I remember people used to come up to me and be like, "You're good with computers." I'm like, "I'm absolutely not. I just click on things. I don't know how to code. I don't know how to troubleshoot, or I don't understand anything above I click on all the things and figure out what they do." I'm above a layman in some aspects. But people just don't click because they're scared. Oh, I don't know what that does. I'm not touching it. What's the worst that can happen? It's really hard to stumble into ruining your life on a phone or anything. I feel it's something similar. The more you do something, you'll just pick up on it naturally because you're doing it. And once you get you want to improve, and you already feel you've got the hand-eye coordination down, then you can go into the more detailed stuff. And when people are first starting out, they just need to be doing it. And then they'll as they get more confident, you can actually identify what level they're at. School systems of grading has made people scared to fail. I've told my chatters that learning should be playful. You don't feel failure on a game. You try, fail, and then are excited to face bosses that test your skills. Every time you fail, you learn something.
Okay. Oh, baby. Oh.
Something we did but the threat of failure will drag you a grade back. Yeah, that's scary. That is scary. Do I have a picture of what we were working on with markers? I don't. Why don't I have? I'm gonna get that really. Hold on. I want to show you something. Something I did with my small chat a week and a half ago. It's like me. With trying out Linux, I didn't want to try it, but then I started testing it in my old netbook. It was fun to learn a new operating system. And when failing a test, there's no do-overs and it's shameful. I've met people with that see a number and their brain shuts down. Yeah. But real life is rarely like that. It is so rarely like that. Um, I want to like pull up this picture that we did in Ruin Stream. Is it not in here? Is it in? It's in my drive. Hold on. I think. Because there's something that like that you can do that I honestly forget doing this. What were you tossing? Oh yes, toss that. Okay, so we did this on stream with markers. That's a USB hub. Both of those are mine. Yeah. So, without you guys having to go through like hours of footage on this, I didn't know how to do those rocks there. I had a reference, but I have very limited colors, and I was kind of struggling. And at one point, I got really discouraged because they were bright purple, and I don't know why I chose purple. I usually use purple for like my dark colors, like when I'm doing shadows with markers. But then I decided we're gonna fix this because even if I made a mistake, we can fix it. And my scratch paper. So like one of the things I did, like I recreated the problem area, and we just experimented on a scratch piece of paper to get this to look the way we wanted. And I didn't have to work on the main piece, but we were like discovering things like as we were going. And more people should know like that they can do that. Like if they're stuck on a drawing, they could take a scratch piece of paper and try and figure it out. Then you can experiment. Then if you fail, all your hard work doesn't go to waste because it's not messing up the main piece. And that was actually really fun. And we did that a couple times, like for the fish. Like I wanted to like test because I hadn't done this before. This is like my first time doing a big scene in the ocean. And like this isn't the most high quality copy of this. But see how the fish on the corner are going into the light? I wanted to know like how I could make it look like they were actually coming into the light. Because I had the water down first and I was adding the fish later. So we did some practice. We also like set up some things and like try to see what combination of colored pencil and marker could get that to look the way we wanted. And there was a lot of if this will focus, come on camera. It doesn't want to focus, does it? Come on. Well, there's a bunch of like trials that did not pan out. Some of these fish are too dark. Some of these just kind of look blobby. But we did find a solution. And sorry, shaky. I forget it sometimes. But yeah. You can always like step aside and like practice it. A lot of things when we were making this, remember when I went to the museum, I saw that they saved sketches of famous oil paintings. I felt like it, like fractions of the bigger painting being pulled out because they look great, but yeah, you can make separate elements. This is fantastic advice. Yeah. I feel like sometimes I forget that and I'm like, push forward on a piece and it will just get away from me. And when it gets away from me, I feel like, why didn't I, what went wrong? And then it dawns on me I could have practiced it before it got out of hand. But you live and learn. And one of the things I do when we're working on, at least with marker pieces, because like these are fairly permanent markers, but also not really. I use Copic markers, or Copic, whatever pronunciation you prefer. I have a bunch of them. I've been saving them for years. I do not have Copic marker money, but I buy a little each time I can, and over 20 years I've got enough colors to make pieces like this. I like to go over and make mistakes, or at least when I make a mistake, I like to show how to undo it or to like capitalize on it, because it's not scary to make a mistake, because it doesn't always ruin it. Yeah, they do cost a lot. They don't cost that much in Japan though, where they're made. They're much cheaper. But yeah, how many do I got? Here. See, this is my meager collection. Over here, I've also got some refills. This is 20 years of collecting them. Almost 20 years. I've been collecting them since I was 14. And I get like the refill packs because you can keep your marker and not have to replace the whole thing. You just refill the ink. These cost exactly the same price as just a marker, except they have way more ink. So like, people also must remember that professionals don't often need to return to basics and fundamentals. My latest commission is challenging me. I went back to study traditional techniques and mentalities to translate it on my digital work, and I always learn something new. I want to teach my chatters you can and should be allowed to return to basics. Refillable markers are the best, yeah. Sorry. But yeah. More people need to know that, like, mistakes are fine. If you make a mistake, it's not a big deal. And maybe that will get them to try more. Maybe. Maybe one day. But I think something that has worked for me when it comes to encouraging people is just doing a doodle a day. It doesn't matter what it is. And that does help. It seemed to help a lot. People. Where is her pin? Normally I see it here. Oh, it's not in depth. I never had a time where I felt like I can't complete something art related. At least nothing comes to mind. Oh, I envy you. Growing up, I had 30 sketchbooks, all of them filled with incomplete work. And I hated it. Anytime anybody wanted to come over and be like, "Oh, you have sketchbooks? Can I look at them?" No, please don't. Because there's nothing in them. They are just scribbles. And the few that I have that I kept, like some of them still have good pieces in them. Like camera so that more visible, but some of them still have good pieces in them. But like most of my sketchbooks back in the day were filled with, where are they? Where are these troubled, like, not stuff like that, but this is an old sketch. Or like stuff like this, like every other page was just like something like nonsensical and just missing or just unfinished. And then I forgot what I was even doing with them. And like, this is one of my most complete sketchbooks, so I've kept it. But I threw away all the old ones I had because they made me sad looking through them. Growing up, like I said, I didn't know I had ADHD, so like, I didn't know that there was something holding me back from doing the things I actually wanted to do. Yeah, sometimes I have pages just filled with lines. That's what all my sketchbooks look like. Yeah. Nowadays, I would say I don't make art unless I feel like I can get something from it. I feel like I haven't made any personal art in years now. It feels bad. I can't remember the last time I had free time and direction to make original art, just for me and no one else. Yeah, that does suck. Not having time to do what you want. I feel like half the time I'm only doing what I want because I'm not comfortable doing commissions and things. We've been going to local art shows, and while I'm there, I'm a bit shy. I don't know I'm the worst advocate for myself. So I just draw something live. I'll do something live while I'm there. And my wife does all the talking. And I don't take commissions. But that's like the time I get to like make something for myself. It feels nice. And some people get disappointed that I don't take commissions, but most people just kind of accept what's there. When I make things for my Ko-Fi shop, tried to make things I liked, but also something people might like. It's like a transition. Yeah, I know that. I did the same. Like the first event, we went to a flea market, and I know my area very well. They like nature. They love hummingbirds. So I did a hummingbird. I did this while I was there. A video of me working on it while we were at the market. I have never drawn a hummingbird, but it was fun. It was challenging. No one told me I should. But I knew that people would like it. And what's the next thing? There it is. So we were at another event. And I was working on a lily flower. I actually walked in our neighborhood and took a picture of a flower someone had in their yard, and I used that and started doing it. I knew people liked flowers in nature. I like flowers in nature, but no one told me to make this. I made it myself. I wanted to make this. And was it something that I knew people would like? Yeah. Sometimes we have to be strategic on what we create, when, where, and when. That's true. And right now, like, we have like a small Etsy, and we're working on our own website. Because my wife really thinks the stuff I've made with like my markers are really special. And funny enough, I didn't sell my work, but during the pandemic, I did a lot of stuff for the community. Like, while we were on lockdown, I made thank you cards for essential workers and hospital staff and firefighters, because where we live, there was lots of fires in 2020, real bad. And so I was doing this, and it would get sent off to somebody that I don't know, but we had someone come and pick them up, or other people who were doing it in the area. And so, like, I did a lot of, like, stuff like this. And when I was younger, a few years ago, I was working at an airport in a parking booth, and there'd be hours where I was doing nothing, and we had to like take a parking ticket and write our names on it so we could get out and not have to pay for our own parking when we were working there. And I would get bored and I would draw animals with my markers. These tickets, I have no idea if they still exist. I don't know where they went. And like a lot of the stuff we sell is just this stuff that I was just throwing out there for free. My wife was like, "What are you, Banksy? Just throwing stuff out there? Like, and it's just gonna get destroyed? What is this?" But I really enjoyed them. It was fun to like sit there, and I had to finish them in like in like a couple hours, because the ticket, that was my ticket that I pulled when I came into the parking lot. I had to give it back. But that was fun, and I got a lot of practice. A lot of like I learned a lot of cool techniques that I developed on my own, using a white jelly roll pen. These are my favorite thing. Great for doing highlights. I hope so. Oh god, I'm suddenly filled with a sense of deep dread and sadness. The last original sketches I've made for myself was made in early 2024. Well, these were made in 2018. And then these were in 2020. These are local flowers. I used some of the techniques I did for those for the thank you cards. And then later on, I wrote letters and put artwork on envelopes. And I have the like stuff blurred out, but these were some letters I sent to our community. Just to like encourage people while we were all stuck at home. Also gone to people who I don't know if they kept them. They were just a name on a list. I had never met them before. So like I think still feel like I'm doing a lot of my own personal stuff. But right now, like we're making use of these because I took pictures of them. I still have the picture. They're not always the best picture, but it's all I have left. And we're making use of them. People really, really like some of these. I had a lot of fun making. Like the scales on this fish. The photo didn't look like this, but I started experimenting with like blues and pinks and purples when you're dealing with something white and reflective, or something like transparent sometimes. At least I still do personal 3D art sometimes. Yeah. At least you're doing something for yourself. That's important. Yeah, we're selling a bunch of those, but yeah, I showed them the like. I don't like. Show them what? Oh, we actually have the stickers. I like that frog one. It turned out half bad. It was never meant to be a sticker, but this one was a fun one. Did I have that in here? This beta fish? Oh yeah, here it was. Yeah. These stickers came out great. We just took the photos to a local copy shop. Ew, not one of those guys again. Not a porn bot, just the like scam bot for the pay for views on Twitch, but the scam. Every time I try to like set up something to filter those guys out, they still persist. Ah, this one. Oh. Oh, thank you. A lot of those I hadn't even, like, that ladybug was the first time I tried a ladybug. Oh. It's actually getting late. We actually have some sticker orders we have to send off. We just started the Etsy shop and we're already sending out tons of stuff. Which is exciting, but also terrifying. People can appreciate the craft, and your work is paying off. Something I also carry with me is that all of this is just externalizing the beauty within. How does the saying go? Oh, here it is. By the fruits you will recognize them. Never do people gather grapes from thorns or figs from thistles, do they? Mm-hmm. It is how this. I definitely have heard that before. Oh, this is the one for your dad, right? Oh, you set it down and I picked it up. A black marker? I have the fat one. It was too thick. Yeah, but it was really thick. What? Oh, sorry. Do I view it though as like externalized beauty within? But I don't view myself as a. I just try my best to capture something beautiful. And I find satisfaction in honing the skill. Like or just like figuring out.
Why did you put it on her bed? Come on, loves.
Sorry.
It's right there, right where I put it.
What was I saying? I like problem solving. And some of the things like that I've drawn, they don't look like the photos I used as reference. Like for instance, how to convey the interpretation based on your current skill level? I guess I can see that. But like, many people have ideas, but yet they lack the experience and finesse to carve it out into the world. Yeah, I guess I could see that. For me, I just like making stuff. Or a problem, like figuring out a problem. Or quote unquote problem. Exhibit A, the seahorse. This is the first seahorse I've ever drawn. And their back fins are transparent. But how do you make that apparent with limited tools? I had less markers than I did back then, or than I do now, and I didn't know how I could like convey something clear. I did my best. I still think I can improve on this, but I kind of got the idea across. One thing I hate the most are those crappy scammers that tell you to add them on Discord so they can show you their portfolio, only to go to that portfolio and see they have multiple styles and mediums and all slightly poorly made, and you also find out that they stole art from others. Ooh. Wow. And it ticks you off the most because I literally do that. I know a lot of me. I don't know a lot of things. And I haven't experienced that yet, thank goodness. I've learned this from people who make Web2. The art looks amazing, and then you focus, realizing it's all very simple strokes that come together to make something great from afar. Yeah, I like when that. I'm yet learning to master it. Me too. I like challenging myself. And I like coming up with creative solutions to things. I had photographs of these trout lilies. It didn't look like this. And I was working with white cardstock, and I wanted to like convey there was like depth, but everything was white, and I didn't have the colors to really fill in this, like the gaps. So I ended up using blues and yellows and pinks. The flower isn't blue and yellow and pink, but it also doesn't feel like it is, at least in my mind. It kind of gives it a strange lighting that conveys what I was trying to convey. And I kind of like it. Me learning that anime style is mostly gradient map coloring with slight bloom and simple shading, and then placing a lot of thought into making eyes look fantastic. It does enhance it. Close-up shots look nice, yeah. It's all about allocating resources when it comes to the animation. This has been great. Thank you guys so much. Tomorrow I'll be here like a lot longer. Normally I stream almost 8 hours, and it's like from 9 to 5 California time. Yeah, Power of Illusions, or just, I guess it is Power of Illusions. Oh, awesome. Yeah, I'm usually Monday through Friday. There's a lot I have to get done. And maybe I'll do something, I'll make another physical piece. Prestidigitation. I'll probably be streaming or playing games with my brother. Sounds like fun. One of the things I want to do is I made these like this week. Did I make these? I did make these this week. I want to do, I've never animated before, but this is me and my wife, and I want to make like a little YouTube short. kind of like advertising that one idea of me playing her romance game on stream. Can I add my Twitch link to my YouTube description? Actually, I think my link tree has it in it. I also have a post with my Twitch link in it as well on my channel. In the future, I might even stream to another platform if my 11-year-old computer can handle it. This laptop. This ancient dinosaur from a bygone era. I'm surprised this thing is running
like your
with so many
attitude.
things. Oh, thank you. I forgot I had like those follow animations. Twitch had been so quiet for the past 2 weeks. This thing's 11 years old. Barely runs anything. You want to animate puppet style or traditional? I don't know. I don't know a thing. I just like drew up some like basic character designs and thought. You have made it to the Twitch side. Now you're here, now you're there. Like Nightcrawler from X-Men, popping in and out. I gotta go mail those stuff. You have been here, Nat. This was before you were there. Nat Snap was watches on Twitch because her YouTube has like a 3-minute delay for her like chats. Like super strange. Before Nat though, only like my friends would pop in on Twitch every like couple days. Teleporting is fun. All right, you guys. The post office closes in 20 minutes. So I gotta get going. But thank you so much. Tomorrow... Oh! He was here too. Tomorrow we'll do the remaining pins and we won't be late, and maybe we'll do a new sticker. I was thinking about maybe doing some fruits. Like a blackberry. Maybe having it like semi like translucent so that like you're seeing it through like the sun through it. I don't know. Just an idea popped in my head this week. It was a pleasure meeting you too, Deucits, right? Deucits. Big ideas. Just fun ideas. I try to write my ideas down because I have so many. Turns out my ADHD is just in my head. I think super hyper. That's why no one caught it until I was super old. Yeah, 31's super old, I think. Right? Isn't that what the kids say? Oh. I'm just leaning into it. Alright, you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Oh, Mocha's been here and I didn't have her on. Oh, I'm sorry, Mocha. Yes, it's ending, Cookie. I gotta go mail some stuff for the Etsy shop. You're super old. And you're only 30. Alright. See you guys. And thanks again so much. This was a lot of fun. I'll be sure to check your guys' streams out too. In your videos. Yeah, I know, Cookie. But I gotta go ship stuff out. We'll see you tomorrow, okay? Bye, guys.